and get it back together. I'm trying to get in on my live. Come on, it's public. I don't know why I kept saying upcoming. We ain't no upcoming. All right. So let me roll this back up so I can start back working. We only got two more colors to do. And I rolled that up in there. Now I gotta find out what I did with my hook. It should have been right. Oh, okay, there it is. Make sure y'all can see me. Okay. Gosh. All right. I'm missing the knit off this state. I know. I think this is 10. I think I'm supposed to stop right here. Let me double check. One. Let me flip it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. This is my last row of this green, and then I change it to patty green, and patty green is my last color change. Then I'm gonna have to keep over rows because I'm only supposed to do, I think it's 14. 8 plus 14, that's 22. No, I'm supposed to do 12. 12, and then I gotta do 4 rows. So I need to make sure that I don't go over 12. I might have to cut this air down because it's bothering my neck. Let's go down to low fan. See if that'll help. It's just not really helping. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Darren. think I need to straighten it up too because it's bothering me as well. It's diagonally, and I can tell it was diagonal earlier because there y'all go. Happy birthday, Darren. I hope you have had an awesome day. Thanks so much for the likes. Thank you, Louis, for the. Hi, Louis. Thank y'all so much for the likes. I appreciate it. I am currently on my next to last section, y'all. I'm so excited. So excited. So this is my last row in this green. Then I'm moving to another green. Hey, bestie. Then I'm moving to my last green, and this is the last green here. Then I gotta do 26 more rows, and I'm freaking done. So I would drop this bad boy hopefully this weekend. It depends on how my son's game goes this weekend because I gotta go to a football game. And I gotta hide all these strands. But I think my husband will only be able to drop it this weekend. I think he'll be busy all during the week. Yes, I remember. Hey, Darren. Okay, awesome. Awesome for your birthday. That's awesome. You gonna do some sightseeing? Uh-oh. Oh, that's too cute. Right. A for effort. I love it. It's too cute. I really could go ahead and cut that. Let me go ahead and cut that loose so it's not in the way. You head to dinner? Awesome. Okay. Or you saying you going to dinner? That's awesome. I hope you eat good from me. Okay. That's what I need to be doing, sitting around doing some painting and drawing. Maybe I'll have some time after I finish this. So I'm feeling like very inspirational to do it. So I need to be doing it while I'm in the. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Again. Hi, Islin. Hi, Ulina. Okay, I got you, bestie. All right, y'all. We changing colors. We changing colors. I'm not gonna stretch the blanket all the way out because I had it stretched out before live. I mean, at the beginning of live, and I just got it situated. So I'm just gonna stretch it out just enough because this thing is really long. It's almost 7 feet. So just enough. And then I'm gonna thread the other yarn, my last color change, before I take this sucker off. All right, I'm gonna go this way. Lay that flat over there. Excuse me. Sorry. All right, gotta get my tapestry needle. Yarn. Thank you, Cookie and Cream. I'm making a 5 foot by 7 blanket. I'm almost done. I'm on my last color change. I just got to do this much. It looks like it's off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. One of my colors is short, and I'm gonna add it's missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's missing 4 rows. So I'm gonna add 4 rows to this section. Hi, stuffing with the animals. I must was having a hard time that day and was like, I'm tired. I'm tired. All right, let me fold this in. All right, we cut the yarn from over here. on this side. Okay. We cut the yarn from hi Sebastian. We cut the yarn from on this side, so we're gonna replace the yarn on this side. We're gonna place our slip knot over there. Hi SJ. Trying to get that under there. Go, go, go. Alright. Fold this under a little bit more so that it doesn't roll under the table. Thanks so much for the likes. Can bring it closer to me. Hi Angela. Trying to keep this out the way. Yes, it's pretty easy to learn. The amount of pegs just make it a bit overwhelming when you first start. But other than that, you should be fine. The techniques is very easy. Okay, thank you, SJ. You can make clothes. Right now, I'm currently making blankets, but you can make clothes with it as well. You can make skirts, pants, pants. Crap, didn't I speak tonight? Uh, um, cardigans, sweaters, cows, tube socks. I've made beanies on here. You can make scarves. I mean, I've made scarves on here, so you can make a lot of different things on here. But most people use it to make blankets. It takes me about a month normally to make a blanket. When I'm in a rush, it can probably take me 3 weeks. Depends on how much time I want to devote a day to working on it. I At first I was making 5 by 5. Now I'm making 5 by 7s. 5 feet by 7 feet. Yeah, yeah, almost 2 yard. Uh-oh. Thanks so much for the likes. Hi, KM. Thank you, Jay. Hi, Sergeant Pratchett. Cool. I'm making a 5 foot by 7 blanket. Okay, cool. Thank y'all so much for the likes. Thank you, Nina. Thanks so much for the likes. It's very relaxing and therapeutic, Jay. I always recommend it. I hope you, if you do, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. I swear it's very easy. It's just the amount of pegs that makes it look more complicated than it is. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. Joy. Thank you. Say, mommy. I'm making a 5 foot by 7 blanket. The way it's shaped is just for convenience to make it more compact for you to work on in your lap or something like that or in front of you. But it's 198 pegs, so that's why it it looks more complicated than it is. Okay, SJ, thank you for coming in. Thank you, Joy, for the gift. Yes, yes, and tea. Yes, Netflix and tea. I love a good pot of tea. Some what's that? Victorian era shows and some tea And some scones, yes. Yes, I'm that type. I'm that kind of person. I'm trying to get ready and get me a Masterpiece Theater subscription on PBS. No, I just went through what I was making. I can't constantly show it because it's over 6 feet. So you have to ask me to like show you a smaller, something smaller than this, because this is a lot to constantly unravel and put back together, like constantly unfold and put back together. Because I'm almost done and I don't want to really slow down. Let me go get a baby blanket. I keep a baby blanket beside me, but I'm only showing it this once, and I just have to wait to the top of the hour to show it again. Because I'm really trying to get done with this blanket. I'm in my last section. I would like to go ahead and get it done. Let's see what I got. No problem. Okay. I post them all the time when I finish. So they're I do a lot of drop videos. I'm gonna do a drop video for this one as well. Hopefully by this weekend. I'm trying to get this tag off of here because I can't drop them anymore because of health reasons. So I have to have my husband to drop them, and he's off on the weekends. So yeah, it works with fluffy yarn. I'll show y'all that in just a second. This is one where I did like a mixture of garter stitches and regular stitches. So you can kind of, if you kind of see it, let me try to hold it up a certain way. You can see it raised up a little bit if you looking at it down some. Yeah, it's another way of knitting. And let me grab the other one, the fluffy yarn one, the blanket yarn one, and let y'all see that one real quick. And so this one did come off the white loom as well, so you can use blanket yarn on here as well. So this is blanket yarn. Oh, I can't remember the green one. I've had that green one for a really long time. I wasn't too enthused about it because those garter stitches take really long to do. So ever since then, I haven't made another blanket with a full row of garter stitches that fast. Going to the Amazon cart. Yeah. So I can't really remember how long it took me to make the green one. But baby blankets normally take me about 2 weeks or 12 to 24 hours for like a baby blanket. So it don't really take me that long. It probably could take me less if I was, just really into it. Trying to remember where am I at? Okay, I'm on this side. But yeah. So they don't take me that long. It's just it depends on how into it I am. Yeah, and I really didn't enjoy. No, I didn't make the mold. It's not my. This is not my brand. But I really didn't enjoy the red one, but I liked the way it came out after the fact, so I would like reattempt it again. But most loomers, they're gonna either use a number four weight or they're gonna use blanket yarn to work with. So you have that option if you choose to. I'm just not really crazy about it. And what are you talking about, the white mold, or are you talking about the pen that I'm using to wrap around? Okay, okay, Bessie, I see you. Cause the white thing I didn't make, but the pen is just, I meant the thing I'm using to wrap with. It's just an old hollowed out clicking office pen found around the house. It's a KB Afghan loom. It's by Knitting Board. The company is called Knitting Board. There's another company that carries these as well. They're called Cindywood looms, but theirs is much more expensive, and they color code their pegs as well for you. Yeah, definitely. You'll definitely want to make one. It does not come with the loom, and it helps a lot. Now they do have looming pens, but I always say I don't feel like it's worth it when you can just make one real quick. No, I started with the knitting needles. Okay, Lisa, thank you for coming in. Oh, you'll definitely want them color coded. So if you can so you hold on, I'm gonna show y'all in just a second. But you can double knit on here, but there's a certain way you have to double knit. But I've never done it, so don't like mock what I'm, don't go back and do what I'm going to show you to how you do it. But I do know how to double knit on looms. But there's a certain way, like certain pegs that you have to, when you cross them, you have to cross them a certain way. So you can double knit on here. So you'll want to color code it for that. Also, when you're making blankets and you're doing like different stitches, you want stitch markers as well. So you're gonna want to have to get stitch markers, because there's like a lot of different patterns you can do. You can do basket weave, all bobble stitch, all that on here. It's just you have to have the stitch markers to help you when you're doing so many, um, so many stitches. Thank you, Fiona. Hi, Lauren. So you're definitely gonna want stitch markers, and you're gonna want to make a wrapping tool. And I would say for your first time to use variegated yarn, do not change colors your first time, because, like I said, 198 pegs is overwhelming, and to just not have to change colors while you're doing it really helps a lot. Hi, Lola. You crochet? I crochet too. I crochet on the side too. I am doing Harry Potter themed blankets, so I've been trying to do Harry Potter themed stuff, theme plushies on the side. I had two Harry Potters, but they're both gone. So, so I'm gonna have to make another Harry Potter, and I was hoping to start on the dragons. Oh my, that's sticking through there. That's naughty. Thank you. The what? The mole? I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Or are you talking about these? I'm trying to make them so I can do some giveaways once I finish these blankets. And well, I gotta make another. I actually gotta make two Harry Potters. Oh, okay. Um, I usually just do inbox or message me for stuff. But right now, I'm trying to save them up for like to do giveaways to go with these blankets or for when I finish the blankets. It normally takes me about a month and move them out the way they starting to slide across the table. It normally takes me about a month. Yeah, you. I believe. I always say if I can do it, anybody can do it. This is called looming. It's a form of knitting, and the actual thing that I'm working on is called a KB Afghan loom. It is also linked to the live. The amount of pegs make it look like it's difficult, but the techniques are very easy. I promise y'all, they're very easy. Most people do like e-stitches, and that's what y'all about to see me do. So when you're a beginner, I would just do like work on e-stitches, and you don't have to use the whole peg either. I meant the whole loom either. So um, you can also just do smaller projects until you're fine with doing the whole thing. I tend to take a break and make a lot of baby blankets when I'm tired of making bigger stuff. Thank you, Kathleen. And you just, what you're doing is just putting two rows on there at a time with each stitch and knitting off and dropping the stitches down off in here. But there's a lot of more stitches that you can do. Y'all will see me do different stitches on the next row. And it's a lot of repetitive stuff, so unless you're doing very detailed patterns like you want to add names or letters and stuff in the blanket and all that stuff. No, I bought it off of Amazon. It's linked on here. I bought it off of Amazon. It's called a KB Afghan loom. KB Afghan loom. I have like three of these. Cause I was supposed to be making blankets with two of them. I'm gonna change the other one to a clothing one. So I spend time working on my clothing. Thank you for the likes. Cause I want to start making clothes, and I don't have the patience yet. I have to create the habit. Thanks so much for the likes. I appreciate it. I'm on the last section, y'all, of this blanket for those of you who are just coming in. So I'm trying to go ahead and get that done. Yes, it's the KB Afghan loom. The reason why I keep emphasizing that because it's a lot of different looms out there, and there's another loom that's shaped like this, but it's wider gauge. And so let me get it real quick. And a lot of people tend to pick up the wider gauge one and think that it works with number 4-way yarn, and they tend to get very spaced out stitches. So that's why I keep trying to stress. This one is the infinity loom. As you can see, my fingers can go in between here. So you can use thicker yarn. And then this one is the KB Afghan loom. So when you go on Amazon, they have them both on there. So that's why I'm trying to stress to y'all that this is the KB Afghan loom. And more of the times than not, this one will go by the infinity loom. Oh, thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. Uh, yeah, it's a sturdy winter weight blanket. I like them because they're heavy. They're heavy and pretty warm. So let me tell y'all about this first. This, I do not like this one. The only thing I like about this one, yeah, KB Afghan loom for this one. The only thing I like about this one is that it's a wide gauge, I um and that I can use thicker blanket yarn on here. That's the only thing I like about it. Both of them equal up to 5 feet wide, but this one may stretch more out, give you more stretch because it's wider gauge. Thank you, Lover Girl. Hi, Lover Girl. Um, and you can use blanket yarn on both. I'm trying to set the thing down. It wouldn't stay on the bag. But yeah, they're pretty heavy weighted and pretty sturdy. Uh-oh. So there's your option. So if you get the green one, you're gonna need to double up your number 4-weight yarn. If you get this one, you don't. And you can use blanket yarn on either one of them, but the green one can take it can take thicker yarn. Hi, Uncommon Woman. I made it. I went to Michael's. I went to Michael's and bought the Lazy Susan and stuff. I have a video on it and made it. I didn't do like all the technical stuff you have to do to make one. I was just trying to get something that would spin. No, I can't open the blanket up because it's really big, and I'm trying to go ahead and finish it. It's a lot of work folding it back up and unfolding it. It's over 6 feet long. At the top of the hour, give me about 15 minutes, and I'll unravel it then. And then that'll be the last time I do it for the night because it's a lot. I have a pinched nerve in my neck and I try not to do a lot. But yes, in about 15 minutes I got y'all. Cause I had it I've opened it at the beginning of live too. Trying to get this piece of fiber. And it's just a lot. It's not even gonna all show on the camera, so it's a lot. Now I'm doing pearl stitches. I was telling y'all earlier you can do more than just one stitch on here. What I did, because I've taken a blanket completely off of here before, just a frog, like about 20 rows, and put it back on here. And I've done, no, I actually did that on the green one. I did it on the green one only. But what I do is I take stitch markers. So when you're pulling it off the loom, and I got a video on that as well, um, how to take it off and put it back on. So that should help with your transfer as well. But you have to be very careful because I accidentally, when I put mine back on, I accidentally added a stitch. So I ended up with like an extra stitch on the border of my blanket. So just when you're doing it, make sure that you're counting the amount of stitches that you're taking off and putting back on. But I use stitch markers. And thread, yarn thread. When I didn't have enough stitch markers, I used extra waste yarn that I had around. Thank you, Leah. Try to keep that down so y'all can see. But yeah, I have a video on taking it all off and then putting it back on. Hi, Myra. This is um this is looming. It's a form of knitting. I'm making a 5 foot by 7 blanket. Thank y'all so much for the likes. It is. It's very therapeutic for me. Very therapeutic and relaxing. It's shaped like this for the convenience, to make it more compact to work on. Because if it was stretched all the way out, it'll be about 6 or 7 feet to, and you wouldn't, it'll make it more not, convenient to work on. So it makes it more compact so it can be more in front of you. and less moving and adjusting. You haven't. I be struggling with that too. I struggle with that too. I haven't done that in a minute either. Hi, Ira. I just really got the hang of hands. I'm like a decent hand drawer. It took me a minute, though. It usually take me about a month to make a blanket. I'm making a blanket. It's very fun to me. Very fun and therapeutic. I'm making a 5 foot by 7 blanket. Okay, I see you, bestie. Thank you, Rosna. Awesome, Gracie. Me too. I knit and crochet as well. Uh-oh. Thank you. From canary to crow. All right, y'all. It's about the top of the hour, and I know. But let me push them down first. I'm gonna push the stitches down, then I'll show y'all. It normally takes me about a month. I promise you can do it. The technique is very easy. It's just the loom makes it look more difficult than it is. So I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna kind of explain to y'all. What y'all saw me doing was dropping the stitches down through here so they collect down through here. And I'm doing single knitting. You can do double knitting. So I'm gonna explain that real quick before I open it up because I did mention something about double knitting earlier. So you can double knit on here. You can make a tube and sew it together at the top on both ends to make a blanket. So you don't have to do it this way. So you wouldn't have to do the garter stitch if you made a tube, and you wouldn't have to do the oh, I'm just a couple of hours from being done. You don't have to do the garter stitch or the garter stitch for the double knit or the tube to when so yeah. I'm kind of distracted a little bit. Let me try and go right here. Okay. So this is how you double knit. I'm just trying to move it down the loom. This is how you double knit, but it of course would be better with thicker yarn. So you can double knit on here, and there's a certain way that you have to do it. So you have to do like certain pegs together to make sure that it comes out straighter, because y'all see that's going diagonally. So you can do double knit on here without having to do other stitches, and the blanket won't curl up. And you can do a tube where you just sew both the ends together by continually going all the way around. I have these two open so that it opens up to a 5 foot wide blanket. So you can do it where you don't leave it, you don't not knit on these by just going back the other direction, from each side. But I choose not to do that because I get a little excited and I accidentally connect the ends. So I have to have two open. I've had one open before and that still didn't work. Okay, so when I open it up, that'll kind of explain it more. So you see right here, this is where it's open. And the end where I was showing you right here, that's where it opens up at, right here. And these stitch markers tell me to do this garter stitch only in this area. So that's why I was saying y'all need garter stitches. I mean, y'all need stitch markers. All right, so once I unroll it, I will like open it all the way up so y'all can see from corner to corner. All right, so this is the end of it. And when you start it off, you start with like a full row of garter stitches to keep it from curling up as well. So you do a full row of garter stitches, and then you stop over here where I got those stitch markers at. You stop doing the garter stitch all the way, and you start doing it here. Okay, so this is the back side of it. This is exactly all of. So this is one corner, and y'all notice that I didn't change colors over here, and I'll explain that when I get to the other side. So this is one corner, from corner to corner, so y'all can see that this is 5 feet. The table is moving. Okay, so that's the other end. So it ends up being 5 feet wide. I only changed colors on this end because if y'all see these little dots up in here, where you can see, there's an obvious color change. It likes color change, skip color change back. Okay, so if you do that on the other end with the purl stitches, those little dots end up being on this side. So I only change colors on this side. And a lot of other people will say, well, I'm not that particular, and I'm not saying you got to be that particular, but I'm just putting it out there for other people who are as particular as I am, that's what'll happen. So that's the only reason why I do it on this end. Also, I'm pretty much doing this blanket in 2 different rows. So I'm doing an odd and even rows. My odd rows are all E-stitch, and my even rows are purl stitches. So when you see the garter stitch, it's two stitches as one stitch. So this E-stitch purl stitch equal one garter stitch. So that way that'll help you keep up with your rows here. So I should have about 7 up in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 14 rows of stitches I got here for the garter stitch. And then over up in here, I got 7 over here as well. So hopefully that help y'all understand everything that's going on here. I'm gonna fold it back up and start back doing what I'm doing. But yeah, this is my joy. This is my love. And maybe it'll help y'all that I'm on the spectrum and I have OCD, so this helps with that. So I love it. I enjoy it. This will pretty much be the only thing that you see me go live doing. Thank you, Josh. Yes, yes. I one the start of the live, the start of this blank. I think I mentioned them, but I will mention them again when I drop it. How about that? That way y'all, cause I know everybody's gonna watch the drop. So when I drop it, I'll make sure to list it in the description. But I can tell y'all now that this is hunter green, just in case y'all don't want to wait. This is hunter green and this is patty green. And both of these are red heart yarns. Well, all of them are red heart yarns. But this is, let's see, trying to make sure I tell y'all the right patty. Paddy. Paddy. This patty green and hunter green. And I plan on putting a snake on here as well. But my husband is Slytherin and he was like, don't put gray in there. So that's the only reason why I didn't put the light gray in there. Because I think he gonna try to claim this. So we'll see. Thank you, Thomas. But yeah, so I was gonna put light gray in there. So what I'm gonna do is just put a snake on there in gray and this patty green for the eyes. And I'm trying to see if I want to put the I can't think of the thing, the I can't think of what they call it. I'm not gonna say it or explain it because I can't really explain it either. I moved that so now it's acting up. But I am always here to answer questions. YouTube now has a message feature. So if you're ever needing any extra help or you can also comment on the video saying you didn't quite understand something. Like I said, I have ADHD and dyslexia. Like I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna be very patient to try and understand and explain. And like, if you don't, I'm gonna highly recommend the lazy Susan aspect to this as well, because normal when I first started, I didn't have the lazy Susan, and the blanket would constantly twist. The longer it got, it constantly twisted, and you would have to constantly untwist it and then fold it back up the right way. So it's gonna require a lot of untwisting, folding, untwisting, folding. So I highly recommend that you try and make you a lazy Susan. When I made mine, it really didn't cost that much, and it's really not that hard to make. So I just would highly suggest you do that. Hi, Nargis and Joanne. So that makes it even more worth it to sit here without something else you have to worry about trying to maneuver and fix. And all bought was the round wood and the some nails. I already had the drill and the lazy Susan piece. And I've had this thing for about 4 years now, so I didn't do all the technical stuff. I watched a video on making a lazy Susan, and they put two different boards together and all that extra stuff, and I was like, no, I ain't do all that. I just wanted to do just enough to get it to rotate and for me to be able to sit here and be comfortable and work. Hi, hey, Fatia. Oh, yeah, the pen is just falling everywhere. And then before I get off live, I will show y'all again. So don't worry. If you're just coming in, you'll just have to wait to the end of live for me to show it again. But I will show it one more time before I get off. I don't I don't count rows. I have like this thing in behind me, this 6, I think it's about 6 feet tall. If not, it's 5.5 feet tall. I have this 5.5 feet tall thing in behind me, and I have a measuring tape. So I kind of just make it until I'm like, that looks about right. It looks like, it's pretty close. So I go to measure it, and then I'm like, okay, well, I need about three more colors, different sections. And so that's kind of how I work, because I don't want to have to sit up and count like over 350, because I know it's over 350. Because when I used to count, I used to do like 5 by 5s, and I think it was like 350 rows. So I don't want to sit up and count rows anymore. I actually don't even like counting at all. So I just make until I feel like, it looks about right. And then I use my measuring tape. And then I'll just be like, well, that looks like I need, about a couple more sections of this color and that color. And then, it pretty much works out. Thank you, Sir Charles. So yeah, I'm a person that I'm gonna find a different way to keep me from doing something that I feel like is a drag. I'm gonna find a way out of it. So I'm not gonna count in rows. I'm just gonna go, go, go. I feel like counting slows me down. So I just go, 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 measure, go. No problem. Yes, I am. Yes, right. Ain't you excited? I am too. I am so excited. I'm like, gosh darn it, about time, you know. So I am on the last section. All I have to do is about 26 rows and then take it off. But I gotta hide the strands of yarn first before I take it off. So I gotta do that before I take it off, because if I don't, I'll shut down and be like, this gonna take forever. But as long as it's on this loom, I know that I'm still in my mind. I'm still going. I'm still making. So I gotta keep it on here while I hide the strands. I'm so stoked. Okay. I got a lot of them on my channel. So I got two different rainbow ones, and I got one ice cream blanket theme one. It had mint chocolate, vanilla. It had like a Neapolitan slash mint chocolate kind of thing going on. After I knit, I'm I would just say just use like a for me with this black, I'm gonna use like a silver. So just I can't remember what you would call the color type. But I would use like just a striking color, like a bright color or something like that. What I did, I wasn't supposed to push all them pegs down. Oh, okay. So I'll show you that. Let me go ahead and show you that. I got a weave in video too. So if you message me, I'll send you the link for that. But for this one, you will tie it in. You'll of course tie this in a knot. Well, I'm gonna do the one with the different colors right here, because this is more has different colors. Let me pull it. That y'all ain't gonna be able to see that if I got that so close. All right. I do two different colors here. So what I'm gonna do, because this is garter stitch, I'm going to go in behind the stitches, and I'm gonna try and move it over to the same color too. So I too bad it's black too, because that makes it a little bit more difficult. So I'm just gonna go Gosh darn. Came out. I probably should have just used the dark green in the other one, but I'm worried that it's not going to show up right on the camera. Okay, I hope y'all can see that. So you see these bumps back here? I'll use pretty much all of them. And since they're in the same color family, you don't have to really worry about it showing up in the front, because you're using black. So you're not gonna really have to worry about it showing up. So what I'm gonna and even if I wanted to do it here, I'll just go into the back bump of the I'm gonna do it real quick so you can see it. If you go into the back thing of the stitches, it won't show up in the front. Uh-oh. And you just gotta make sure that you don't go too far under. And so when you flip it over, you don't see it. Just as long as you go in the back bump of the stitch, you should be fine. But for me, I normally try to make it go over to the color so that I won't have to worry about that either. So if you go in the chain and go over, I'm gonna take this out. I go up the chain a little bit and then I go into the same color, so I avoid that too. So I won't have to worry about that. But if you're someone that like to change colors a lot, that what I did earlier would help you. So I'm just gonna go up the chain on the border and make sure it goes into the same color that it's in. And then just avoid the whole different color thing. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Let that stay right there because it's in black. I'll just fix that later. But yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to scrape that on there. But yeah, hopefully that helps. All right, let me take this back up. But yeah, I have a video on that as well. So it just if you ever get to you're like, I can't find it. I know pretty much what all my thumbnails look like, or whatever the project is supposed to look like. So if you inbox me, I'll just go and find it. Cause I'll be quicker to spot it than y'all would. So if you ever wanted to like just get to it quickly, just let me know. Now I'm not saying it might take me a couple of days now, cause I just got a lot going on, but I usually get to it within a day or so. And so if you with E stitches, it's harder. It's a little bit more harder to go into the back bump, but you can try it. I don't really like going into the back area of the E stitches because they're so loose and you can still kind of see it, but you can make it work. You just gotta, be very careful with E stitches. But garter stitches are very easy to the um hide the yarn in behind. Okay, on here that on YouTube now, I think it's at the top. If you go to the I think it might be on my, if you go to the channel, it should be a message button up there because I think they added it up there. But if not, I'm pretty much everywhere. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, and I pretty much have the same screen name, except for it'll be like doe underscore is underscore craft day underscore, and TikTok is a one. But everywhere else is it's pretty much Doe's craft day everywhere. Hi, Panther. Uh-oh. That happens. Butterfingers every once in a while. Like my hand be like, I'm tired of holding this. Hi, Macho. Thanks so much for the likes, y'all. I appreciate it. It's a 5 foot by 7. It is. It's very relaxing and therapeutic. Oh, okay. You was hoping to see me finish. Thank you, Shamika. I hopefully, fingers crossed, I should have this dropped by this weekend. My only other thing is I got to go back and hide all those strands of yarn before I take it off. So hopefully I'll be dropped it by this weekend. I'm making a 5 foot by 7 blanket. Thank y'all so much for the likes. But yeah, I'm definitely on the last section. I'm so excited to be on the last section. Now I just have to I have to avoid working on the other blanket and saying, well, I can work on it, but making sure that I spend my time outside alive trying to hide those strands. Hi, Shark Girl. Thank you, Shamika. Yes, I try to be. I try to be. Yeah, what you said? What you said? Thank you, Shark Girl. Hi, Macho Junior. Hi, Susan. Hi. Welcome in, y'all. Thank you, Barad. Thank you, Macho. I appreciate it. Oh, he got shy. Oh, thank you, Shy Girl. Hi, Nancy. Thank y'all so much for the likes. I appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Nancy. Oh, thank you, Linda. I crochet as well. I can knit on the needles too, but I've been looming way. I started off with the needles, and then I switched to the loom, and I've been crocheting for about 5 years. So yes, definitely love them all equally. Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate that. What's the idea? It's no, I promise it's not intrusive. Um it's Slytherin. I'm working on a Harry Potter house series. And so right now I'm doing Slytherin, and I was asked to do Ravenclaw next, and then I'll do Hufflepuff after that, and then I'll do Gryffindor, and then I'm gonna make Harry Potter figurines to go alongside them all. So y'all, fingers crossed, because I made this. I'm gonna have to make two more Harrys. I just made two, and they're gone. So every time I make them, they leave. So I'm gonna try to make one big one and one little one. But yeah, I'm making Harry Potter stuff while I also sit up and watch Harry Potter stuff and probably listen to a couple of books. And I plan on putting a Slytherin snake on here, so it's gonna be in light gray though. Um, about 2 hours, but this month I've really been on it because I've been doing about 4 hours in a day. So like, I really wasn't supposed to be done with this blanket by now, but yeah. And back in the day, I used to sit and do 3 hours a day, but yeah. So it normally takes me about a month to finish, and that's not every day. It's just whenever I'm sitting down and working on it. But this month I've done 4 hours every day, except for one day. This is looming. It's a form of knitting. And well, no, I'll take that back. I have not worked on this every day because I'm working on two blankets. I worked on the other blanket for the other half. So let me take that back. I'm working on two blankets right now. No, I'm working on a blanket, a 5 foot by 7 blanket. trying to get that to stop knocking on the table. I had a knot. Sorry about that, y'all. Thanks so much for the likes, y'all. Amazon. I got a link to under this live. It's Amazon. It's called the KB Afghan loom. I love this loom. It's my favorite one to work on. And I can understand that. Yeah, I mostly do inboxes though. If you're comfortable with that, it's just a lot posting them on. I can try. Like if you want me to, if you want me to post it up on Etsy, I can do that. But you know, I'll just have to post it up there for you. If you inbox me and like you really want it, I do have an Etsy account that I can post it up there. Hey Alyssa, how you doing? So if someone ever wanted something, they can inbox me and say, "Can you post blah 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 up on Etsy?" And then I could do it that way. If you guys feel like that's more comfortable for you. Um, for me, I can't make bigger projects on the needles because my ADHD. I like to get distracted. You know, I like to feel comfortable and getting distracted and having conversations and stuff. So I can really only make like hats and scarves on the needles. I tend to drop a lot of stitches and stuff and have to frog and start over. So if I was working on the needles, I don't mind like frogging hats and scarves, but for me to frog blankets and stuff like that, that's very frustrating. So I just rather work on here and for blankets and stuff. So I kind of like I keep saying I'm gonna go back to the needles because I'm like I can do hats and scarves, but I have a you know with ADHD you're like a creature of habit. You like predictability, and so once you start doing something for so long, because I've been doing this for 11 years, you tend to just go back and keep picking up what you're familiar with. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now between the needles and the loom. This is called looming. It's a form of knitting. not now I get you, short girl. I get it. It's a form of knitting. But yeah, and it took me like a really long time to learn crochet as well. So it took me about 5 years to learn crocheting, and I'm 5 years in the game as well. So I'm very proud of myself. Like you know, self-taught. You know, watching a lot of videos. It took me a really long time. I kept giving up too. I was like, this cannot be. But I figured it out. Thank you, Tammy. And now I do a lot more stuff free-handed because I made a lot of mistakes. So I'm used to making a lot of mistakes, so I'm able to do more freehand. I'm tickled. I swear, every time I try to circle back and I still go back and sit down to this table. Now, when I'm not on live, I have a hard time loom knitting when I'm not on live. I always pick up the crochet hook. So this helps me, like, get my loom knitting stuff out the way on live. Cause about the only time I get like traffic and stuff on live is when I'm on this loom. Nobody comes, barely anybody comes in for crochet. I tried crocheting on here, but nobody really comes in. So I was like, it's a blessing and a curse because I really want to be on this loom so I can start making clothes and stuff. And I mean, I can make it with crochet, but I just want to be able to say, I made this on the loom, and I can start putting stuff out there for other people to make it on the loom. If that's what they choose to do is only looms, they'll have that option to make clothes. Right, exactly. Yes, I agree. I agree. I know much about painting as well, so I totally get that too. Y'all got 15 minutes left. What you said? What you said? So you got my kind of energy. I like that. I like that. Big energy. I'll be wishing people. I'm just like, if you don't have a lot of energy coming to me, like, you know, you know, I just I don't I like to people. I like for people to come to me with a lot of energy, because I have a lot of energy to give back. I love it. Thanks so much for the likes. Now, I've never heard that, and now I'm curious. The only lumen I've done is like the basic stuff like this. So, cause now you make me sound like it's making it sound like it's basic. Cause now I need to know. Cause I watch a lot of I'm like a medieval person. I like Victorian era stuff. So like, you know, I need to know what you're talking about. And I'm gonna have to look that up because I didn't know. I'm too good. But that sounds so cool though. I'm trying to I'm my mind be all over the place, y'all. I'm trying to get around to making swords and everything. Like I just don't have the time to do what I want to do, and I keep signing like I still got videos to produce for companies, and something is telling me stop signing up for like products to promote and stuff like that because I would have like my swords by now. Cause I want to make swords. I want to make like cosplay wigs, all of that stuff. But I'll be so busy making other stuff. And then when I'm busy making other stuff, some people will come and be like, "I need you to make this." So then I gotta put like my hobby activities aside and start making other stuff. So then by the time I remember that I wanted to do something else for me, I go back to doing my hobbies again. So I'm like, I gotta get this hobby done. And right now I'm working on the Zazu, and I need to go ahead and finish Zazu for my nephew as a gift, cause he loves Lion King. And so once I finish Zazu, I gotta finish a loom knit. What is it? Pink Panther. So, yeah. And then start working on holiday hats and scarves and stuff. So, hmm, we'll see. And then I got plastic canvas for the sword and all that. So I'm trying to get myself together. I've made only one wig since one loom knit wig since, but I want to make a whole bunch more. Uh oh. Right, what you said. And the summer is baking everybody. The other day I was like, I probably should set some popcorn in my truck to see if it gonna pop. I was curious if I could pop a bag of popcorn in the truck, but I think I let the moment pass. Just picking the heck out of it. It's very relaxing and therapeutic, Tammy. What you said, gosh, darn, it's like, oh my goodness. Can we get some rain for like a couple of days? Let it cool it down some. Not get rain where it gets humid and sticky the next day, but rain for a couple of days. Like send the cold front rain. All right, y'all. This is this gonna be my last row for tonight. I got like 7 minutes left. I really probably shouldn't do another row because of 7 minutes. I'm gonna do this one last row. Then I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I normally my lives are gosh, my lives are normally normally Mondays and Tuesdays from 8 to 10 p.m. Central. So if you want to come in and hang out with me then and give me a sub and catch me, come back and catch me on Mondays and Tuesdays. This blanket will not be back on live. I'm just gonna be honest. So by the time y'all come back, we won't be on this. We'll be on the other one, trying to get the other one done. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. I swear, every time I get that, it's the worst. I hate give myself 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, anything. So I'm like, where did the time go? It felt like it was 30 seconds. No. Oh no. You're fine. I appreciate it though. Thanks so much for the likes. What you said. I appreciate that. I definitely try to give the vibe I would want from other people. On a good day, I'm the mad in my house. I drive everybody else nuts on a good day. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you, Ben. I need witnesses. I need witnesses. I need everybody to know that I'm going mad. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. You avoiding witnesses. Thank you, Ben. I need yeah, I do. I do need an alibi, yeah. Definitely need one of those. You didn't see me. I was too busy driving everyone mad. You didn't see me. Right, right, yes. The loom. It was the loom. Now y'all gonna have me cranked up and I'm gonna go in the I'm gonna go in the house and start doing stuff. And my husband gonna be like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Well, you know, some conversations were had, and I'm just kind of like in the mood right now. I'm in the mood for being loud." Yes, blanket made of enemies. Right. Yes, exactly. That's the kind of mood I'm gonna go in there with. He gonna be trying to send me back out to my shed. What you said. All right, y'all. This is my last couple of stitches. This will be the last day that this blanket is on live. Yes, what you said. Yes, yes, I'm outside in my shed. They have to come and get me because it's so dark out here and we live in the country. And our neighbor at one point was throwing food outside, leftover food or whatever, old food outside, and the coyotes started coming in the neighborhood. So yeah, they have to come and get me. I I've seen like a big possum one time, and we always see snakes all the time, but we have like mostly harmless snakes and stuff. So they come and get me. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Look for that drop over the weekend. I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen during the week. So if I say that, then it ain't gonna happen. So I'm gonna try and hide those strands of yarn. Thank y'all so much. Right, right. If I don't show, then I've been eating. But so Monday and Tuesday, I'll be back Monday and Tuesday from 8 to 10 p.m. Central. So I hope to see y'all then. Good night. Thanks so much for the likes. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it all. I hope y'all have a good rest of your night.